Lalchand Rajput, are there bowlers outside the pool, except of course Jasprit Bumrah, who was injured, who you think could have been good enough to become wicket-taking match winners? Pakistan's fortunes have been revived, I repeat, by Shaheen Shah Afridi. England has bowlers like Mark Wood who bowl over 150. Do you believe that we have to gamble now with youngsters who can bowl 145 plus?
Absolutely, sir, Rajdeep. I think, it's very important to have wicket-taking bowlers. See, in T20, most of the time, it's batsman-oriented game. So, batsman will be going after the bowlers. But if you have a bowler who is bowling 130, 135, batsman will go after him. But if you have a genuine quick 145 plus, that is where you push the batsman on the back foot. You really push the batsman to make their shots, and that is where you try to take wickets. Why Pakistan has got 3 to 4 fast bowlers who can bowl 145 plus? Then it becomes very difficult for batsmen to score or take him on. Same thing with England. They got good Mark Wood who can bowl 140 plus, 145 plus. There are bowlers who can, same like with South Africa. So you got to groom those fast bowlers. See, we have to have a pool of fast bowlers. Make sure that they are trained properly, they are groomed well. See, they may be raw, but that is where our National Cricket Academy comes. That is where I think the coaches have to be after them, so that they get the nuances of bowling a Yorker, they get the nuances of bowling a slower one or a knuckle ball. With that pace, a good bouncer is also a very good attacking ball, because these are the things which you have to try and improve. And I'm sure we got the resources, but we got to really nurture them well, because if you have wicket-taking bowlers, I think your half the job is done.
Interesting, but how do you produce those? Even spinning, spinners, Shishir Hattangadi, look at our spinners. We took our Ashwin, a bit of a gamble because he is at perhaps in the last phase of his career, and look at what happened. Ashwin has given an average 8.15 runs per match. Akshar Patel, very successful in India, but again gave 8.62 runs a match. So your two leading spinners in this tournament gave over 8 runs. Should you have gone with a Yuzvendra Chahal possibly, or do you believe there are people out of this pool? Again, I come to it. Do we need to gamble with younger talent perhaps that exists out there and make them specialist T20 players? We seem to be playing the same team in Test cricket.
Where we need to segregate these formats.
Would you segregate T20, ODI and Test? Would you segregate the three?
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. We need to segregate these formats because it's a question of horses for courses. And more importantly, in this format, the T20 format, you need to keep a close eye on strike rates and economy rates. I mean, Lalchand, my friend there, is coached Afghanistan. I think every time a team plays Afghanistan, when they're looking at 20 overs, they actually rule out Rashid Khan's 4 overs because they know what he's capable of. And they know on a bad day he'll give X number of runs, on a good day he'll give a very few runs and pick up wickets. So I think the whole approach towards selection, towards the way you construct your T20 team has to change, because it's all about run rates, strike rates, and of course economy rates, and how you pick up those wickets in those 20 balls you bowl. So 24 balls, I beg your pardon. So it's the outlook that needs to change, and big names needn't be feeling too comfortable, because if you find players who can do the job in a 120 ball tournament or a 120 ball innings, then back them, whoever they are, because they're going to give you the results. They will fail, but when they get going, they're not going to ponder around, with 50 balls, 60 balls, and get maybe a strike rate of 110. That's just not good enough. It's not something acceptable in this format, Rajdeep, and we need to look inwards and say, okay, Test cricket is made for some, T20 is a different format made for others, and a one-day game is made for others. That is, maybe look at different coaches for these formats and actually focus on what is so important in succeeding in each format. If you have a coach for each format, their outlook would change, fitness demands will change, and of course the output from players will have to change to be able to be a reckoning or be a big force in international cricket. I again say this, IPL may be a good domestic tournament. But make no mistake, it is not a yardstick to judge players.